This material is property of the Minnesota State High School League. No downloading, saving, or archiving of this production is permitted.
Good evening and welcome to Anoka and the Fieldhouse Section 7 4A Volleyball Semifinals of Forest Lake Rangers. The Anoka Tornadoes, Anoka 20-7, Forest Lake 12-16. These teams played early in the year. Anoka won in 3 sets to 2. Steve Thompson along with Tim Anderson. Anoka the favorite, but you never know.
You never know, indeed, and the matchups are everything when you get to the playoffs. So these two teams, I think, match up pretty well with each other. Forest Lake got to the championship game last year against this Anoka team, and now here they are in the semifinals. I actually think this is a tough matchup for Anoka. They're going to have to play a really solid game to win this thing tonight, because the one thing that we've noticed, Steve, watching the Tornadoes this year, when they can get rolling, they're great, but if they run into any trouble, it's usually when they face tall, athletic middles, and there's some middle players here that have some height and some size that could give the Tornadoes some challenges.
Hayden Reeder is outstanding. Who will step up around Hayden Reeder and pick up the slack, because you got to figure the Rangers want to take her away if
Find
they
those
can.
seniors, Ivy Manning and Elena Wilberg. I think you'll see them make a presence known early on in this one.
Rangers will start set number 1 with the serve of Linder. She is their setter, 392 set assists. Good dig in the back by Lanassa. Reeder puts it away. That's a great start.
It's a great start, and that's what they're asking Lanassa to do as the libero. Come in, make those tough digs on the back line, and keep that point alive where you can set for an opportunity to be aggressive. They did that.
Piper Vaughn to serve. Tornadoes, in general, outstanding serving team. There's one fanned at the net. That was Josie Colvin, and it is 2-0 Anoka, so a great start. Vaughn to serve again.
Yeah, it looked like a bit of a whiff in the back line for Forest Lake. Good serve by Piper Vaughn. Gives the Tornadoes what they need, a quick little start.
Another good serve by Vaughn. Near side swing. Tornadoes keep it alive. Good job by Manning. Over to Reeder. Look out. She's got 2 kills early.
That's great from that front line. We talked about Manning and Wilberg making a difference. Manning makes a play at the net. Wilberg with a great set. Cross court to Reeder, giving Reeder an opportunity to be aggressive.
Vaughn, big jump serve, and this one's an ace. She dropped it in. Little change up, 4-0 Tornadoes.
And you got to do some of that. You go 3 hard to the back line, so what do? You throw a little change up, little change of pace, drop one in front of them, put it in that little Bermuda triangle.
So it's Piper Vaughn, one of the seniors, another short serve. Rangers to net, near side hit. Dug out in the back by Vaughn. They'll send it over to Reeder. She'll tap it over. Rangers keep it alive. Near side swing again, but that's well long. Point to the Tornadoes, 5-0 start.
And that's got Sherry Alm, the head coach of Forest Lake, up out of her seat, kind of trying to calm her girls down here as Vaughn's on a nice service run to start this game.
Vaughn short into the net. Forest Lake will get the serve back.
Well, she was getting progressively shorter with those serves. Eventually she's going to run out of space. Put that one into the net.
Kenna Murphy, a senior outside hitter, will serve away for the Rangers. They get it near side, dug out in the back. Near side swing, cross court. Reeder saves it, gets it back. Down the line, but wide. Good swing by Reeder, but wide.
Got the swing she wanted. Actually, it was a great dig by Reeder to give herself even another chance at that thing. Oh, great serve.
Yeah. And Forest Lake followed up what Vaughn did. A good short serve, 5-3. Tornadoes still lead.
Brilliant serve by Murphy. Dropped it right in front of Lanasa. Nothing she could do about it.
They go into the middle, tap it over. That was Wilberg, and that's point to the Tornadoes.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what Wilberg wanted right there. I said both Manning and Wilberg jumped at that set. It came to Elena. I'm not sure she was ready for it, but she made a great adjustment and sent it to the back line. Perfect job, gets the kill.
Now Ivy Manning to serve. 33 aces this year. Deep serve, good one. Over on the far side, Manning in the back, digs it out. Trombley sends it to Reeder, but that's long.
Ooh, Hayden wants a touch at the net, doesn't get it. And instead it's going to be long, and that's going to get a side out for Forest Lake.
And Manning will sit. Lanas on the floor, the libero. And now to serve, Piper Lubavitch, designated server. 16 aces this year. Lubavitch serves away. Lanasa gets it to the front. Reeder. Wide again.
Yeah, missed wide again. Another one where she's trying to take it up the inside line, and that's because I think there's some good pressure being put on her at the net by Stella Walheim, challenging her to redirect that. And that time she sends it away, and we stay on the designated service line. And again, not a lot of 6 rotational players on Forest Lake. They've got a couple, Anoka's got a couple, but they depend on these situational players, and that's a great serve.
It was at 1.51 Tornadoes. But now Forest Lake has tied it up at 6.
Lubavitch has done a great job on serve, giving the Tornadoes some trouble.
Deep serve by Lubavitch, sent to the net. And that's just sent over by Lanaz. So free ball here, tapped over. Tornadoes keep it alive, batted over, right back. And that was easy pickings for the Rangers up front.
Yeah, Kate Tremblay, Mabel Goslin, they were kind of standing in the same piece of land, and as Wilberg came over on that front line, there was just nobody on the right side of the court, and it was wide open for the Rangers.
Lubavitch off the tape, kept alive. They send it across. Tornadoes get it over with Wilberg, near side, tap back. Tornadoes to the net. Reeder.
Net violation there.
Yeah, Forest Lake into the net. And now it's tied at 7. Tornadoes to serve, and it'll be Wilberg.
Well, that's a big kill, because they were kind of leaking some oil there where the Tornadoes. They got up 5-0 and were trailing 7-6, so they needed to get that square it. Now Wilberg goes on serve.
Anoka, 5-0 run early. Forest Lake, a 4-point run a moment ago. Wilberg, good serve, it's deep. Lubavitch handles it. They get it near side, big swing, and that's going to be a point. Nice swing over on the far side. That was Trista Johnson.
Yeah, good serve by Wilberg, but really just an even better setup by Forest Lake to get that back over. Trista Johnson got real aggressive at the net. They gave a great set to her and put a lot of pressure on Piper Vaughn on that back line.
Kendall Brodeur to serve. They're going to feed Reeder. She's going to tap it deep, kept alive by the Rangers. Near side, and that'll fall. Another good swing by Forest Lake. Carey with it there. They're up by 2.
Lanasa did kind of a preemptive dive, and I think it got her out of balance.
Brodeur, another serve. Dug out of there. They'll get it over to Reeder in the middle, but that's well long.
And Hayden wants another deflection at the net, not going to get it, and it's a side out. Hayden's got to calm down just a little bit. Kind of looking at that referee every time, looking for some kind of call or a net violation. You got to keep playing.
Another good serve, dug out of there, kept alive. Sent over to Reeder, blocked, and that's a point. Wow, they are set up to stop Reeder, and she sent some out, some long, and now a clean block.
And again, it's a lack of communication by the Tornadoes on the front line. When Reeder gets blocked here, this is where Goslin and Tremblay, everybody just stopped looking at the ball. It was that Spider-Man meme where the 3 Spider-Men are pointing at each other. That's what was happening right there with the Tornadoes.
Brodeur serves it out, break for the Tornadoes, down by 3, and Reeder to serve. 51 service aces this year, and that one's long.
Yeah, I think Hayden's a little keyed up. She wanted some calls, didn't get them. She's a little frustrated. She's missed a couple long, and I think you can see she's made about 4 unforced errors in this opening set. Just wonder if she's a little rattled.
Carry to serve, gets it deep. Lanessa handles it at the net. Wilberg puts it away. Or excuse me, that's Goslin.
Yeah.
Mabel Goslin.
And I think Mabel's been really effective in the middle when she's played this year. I'd like to see them set for her a little bit more in the middle. She's she's got more hops than I think people give her credit for.
Serve for Ava Lanessa in the middle. There's another point. And right now the Rangers showing their size. Macy Munson, a sophomore, 6'1", 155 kills. And their kills are balanced out over 4 players.
No question. Like I said, they've got size in the middle especially. You mentioned it right there when we see Macy Munson. Really a good play.
Olsen to serve in the middle. Manning gets it right back. And that's important that Manning gets involved.
Yeah, if they're going to key on Reeder on the outside, this is where Wilberg and Manning need to be factors on the other side, right? Set for Manning in the middle a little more often. Give Wilberg some chances on the outside. See if you can find some matchups there.
Trombley unserved, sends it across. Dug out of there, but they can't keep it alive. Lanassa got to it, but Trombley couldn't flag it down. And now it's 14-10.
Yeah, Lanassa's effort's been very good, but they're coming after her every time now. And she's diving all over the floor. But clearly they're finding some stuff that's working.
Linder to serve. They'll dig it out. They'll send it across. Wilberg just taps it over. Free ball opportunity. Forest Lake near side. Tapped in play. Wilberg sets it up. Trombley back set down the line. Vaughn, while out of play, point to the Tornadoes.
That's
and it's
a big
good
one.
to see Vaughn involved.
Yeah, good to see Vaughn involved indeed. And you want to give her confidence going early. I think if Piper's feeling confident, I think that it changes the way she plays. If she gets some early points, I think that's big for the Tornadoes.
They send it across, kept alive by Wilberg. Now they get it to Reeder. She goes cross court and in. Maybe that'll get Reeder going again. She had 2 quick kills early. Now gets one there.
Yeah, she had those 2 quick kills and then had about 4 or 5 tough breaks. And want to see her get some positive momentum because they're going to need her. She's their closer.
Vaughn, another good serve. Tapped over by Forest Lake. Vaughn moves it to the front. Trombley to Manning. Nice dig there by Olsen for Forest Lake. And they get it over. Tornadoes had a block set up, but a little too much oomph. And Forest Lake up by 3.
And Ivy loves to do those little touch balls at the net, like where she just comes over and tries to tap it. Want to see her stay aggressive in the middle. Keep pounding those down if she can.
Murphy to serve. Reeder. Rangers just send it over on 2. Forest Lake back to work in the middle. And that hit goes long. That was Colvin. And the Tornadoes get it right back down by 2.
Forest Lake sent it over on 2. Wilberg sent it right back over on 1. And again, changing the timing a little bit. They get the big unforced error from Forest Lake.
Manning to serve. Rangers go to work. In the back, they'll send it over. Trombley sets it up. Not much there. Near side. Dug out by Reeder at the net. Tough chance. Back to Reeder. What a digging back by Olsen. That'll be the point to the Tornadoes. Nice job by Reese Olsen, their libero, to get to that one. Tornadoes down by 1.
Got to try to continue to set higher in the middle. They tried to go low and set for Mabel Goslin, and she didn't have enough to do with that. Got to give her an opportunity. Great serve by Ivy Manning there.
Forest Lake over in 1. Trombley across. Reeder blocked, but out. That'll work.
That will work for the Tornadoes, but I love the aggressiveness at the net from Forest Lake. They are challenging Reeder at every opportunity. That's Josie Colvin out there. Also Trista Johnson, a real factor on that side for the Rangers.
Manning again. Drops it in to the net. In the middle. Kept alive, and that's sent out. Well, that was Goslin in the middle, and she got a little handcuffed. Forest Lake by 1, they'll serve.
Yeah, she got the block that she was looking for, but then had to play it off that block and just wasn't able to get anything on it.
Sophomore Piper Lubavitch to serve. Had a good run earlier in this set. Opening set, section semifinals. Wilberg. Forest Lake keeps it alive. They've got to send it over. And it's stuck out of there by Vaughn and back. Over to Reeder. That's touched, I believe.
That's touched. Oh, that's easily touched. That's touched.
They're looking around.
I mean, that is
they're
clearly
going to huddle
touched.
up.
Yeah,
That was
that's
touched by the Rangers.
clearly touched by the Rangers.
I think we're tied at 16.
And that gets Chris Fenwick up out of his chair, which never gets him out of his chair. That's a clear touch.
Wow.
Oh, man.
We'll see the replay.
Yeah,
they missed one there.
They absolutely missed that one. And again, refs do a great job. I'm never going to criticize, but that's a clear touch at the net. And 4 referees are here, and they missed it.
Lubavitch to
It's
serve.
unbelievable.
Vaughn in the middle. Now it's Reeder, and there's the point.
Well, now you've got Hayden Reeder upset. There's probably more red on her face than there's ever been.
And she thought, a couple of times earlier in the set.
Yeah, she's looked over a
touched.
few times. She's looked over a few times, and that one clearly was the one that got her going. And now she's upset.
Wilberg serves. They send it across. Reeder's. Trombley. Back to Reeder. And now the Rangers at the net in the middle. Block. Kept alive. Trombley. Now Reeder. And that's a point.
That's a big one. And I think Reeder is basically saying, set for me every time.
Yeah, and Kate Trombley is happy to serve it up.
Yeah, certainly willing. But that's about 5 in a row now they've set for Reeder.
Wilberg, good short serve at the net. Tapped over. Kept alive by Reeder. She'll get it back. Blocked. Kept alive again. Reeder back up. Blocked again. Point to the Rangers.
That is going to the well one too many times. Great job by the Rangers to be ready for it. They set for Reeder about 8 times in a row. You got to move somewhere else right there. It's too easy to defend. This time you give credit to Munson at the net. And again, Johnson doing a terrific job for Forest Lake.
Rangers to serve. Good heavy serve. Now it's Reeder again. Somehow dug out of there, but point to Anoka. Excellent effort by Kenna Murphy to get over there. We're tied at 18. By the way, at Forest Lake in early September, in that 5-set match, won the first 2. Tornado has rallied to win the final 3. Reeder to serve.
That was a different Tornado team, too, because they had Ella Leaf.
Far side. Dug out of there by Trombley. Now Vaughn sends it over.
Into the antenna.
Yep. And the Rangers by 1 late in set 1.
Kind of a fun first one. If this is any indication, Steve, we could be here a while.
Great crowd. Good battle in the section semifinal. Winners to North Branch Thursday. Blocked by the Rangers over there. And that's a terrific block. Munson was over there.
I think Kennedy Carey got the final kill there for Forest Lake at the net. You're right. Munson and Carey are right there.
And we have a timeout on the floor. Rangers by 2 in this first set. The other semifinal tonight. Centennial hosting Blaine. Winners meet Thursday night. Halloween night at 7 in North Branch.
2 more teams that are pretty familiar with each other, Centennial and Blaine. So that could be a very interesting matchup tonight. Centennial's favored to win. But again, you never know.
One of the things we talked about before we got started tonight is the size of Forest Lake and the challenges that present. Anoka's played well all year, 20-7 in matches so far this year, but they ran into a very talented Maple Grove team, and the Crimson are big.
Yeah, the Crimson are big, and I think Forest Lake matches up well. We talked about that. In the middle, especially, when you're able to bring a sophomore like Munson in, and you're able to combine that with Carey and with Johnson, and you get all these different options at the net, you're tough to defend because you can go from all sides of the court. And you got to credit, I mean, right now Anoka's leaning heavily on Hayden Reeder to try to carry across the line in this opening set. And Forest Lake is just looking at all their pieces and saying everybody can contribute.
Carey to serve, Vaughn up into the rafters, and they can't play it.
Yeah, it's up off the basketball stanchion, no chance there, and it's 21-18. 4 points from set 1 of the Rangers.
Yeah, in a danger zone here for Anoka. They need a point now. Kennedy Carey, one of the seniors.
Great serve.
Short serve. Lanassa digs it out. And that's just tapped over by Goslin. Dug out in the back by Reeder. Trombley back to Goslin. Block kept alive. Point to Forest Lake.
Yeah, that was a mess from Jump Street because Trombley and Goslin were basically, again, sharing the same spot. And that got them to be, watch them collide with each other here. And then they reset it back for Goslin, and it was blocked.
4 in a row for the Rangers. Trombley in the middle. Reeder well long. 5 in a row now for Forest Lake. This was tied at 18.
And when you're trying to set for Reeder on the back line, that's tough, right? Because that's a little bit harder it's a little easier to defend and a little harder for Reeder to execute because it's harder to hit it down from back there. You really need your up front folks to kind of make something happen.
By the way, that Centennial Blaine match got started at 6, so we could get a result here, and we'll certainly pass that along to you. Once again, Anoka at home in black to our left, Forest Lake in gold to our right, and we're coming out of the timeout. And you're down big in this set by 5, but getting a little momentum, even if you don't win this first set, and get some firm footing for set number 2.
Yeah, you got to rattle off 5 points here because you don't want to be sitting on match point. And you're right, anything you can build to set 2 is going to be a big deal. They got off to a 5-0 start in this set, Steve, and then from there I really think Forest Lake has flexed some muscle. And again, they've done it with depth, and they've done it with varying things, changing things up, going from different sides of the court, serving well. They've done everything well here so far. Sherry Holmes got to be thrilled.
Kennedy Carey will serve, and that one's right down the middle and deep. They'll send it back to Reeder on the back line. She'll tap it over. Opportunity for the Rangers. Near side, they swing into the net. And that's just kind of a short arm by Murphy.
Yeah.
23-19, and now going to serve the sophomore Abel Anas, and an opportunity. She's very good.
Yeah, she's a good server. Gives her a break because they're coming after her on every serve. So now give her a chance to be aggressive offensively.
They send it across. Vaughn digs it out. Vaughn will get it back to the back line. They tap it over. Trombley keeps it alive. Lanassa back to Reeder into the net.
See, I just don't love that. Setting for Reeder on the back line like that. It's so hard for Hayden to hit a great shot. She's great, but that's such a tough play. I would take my chances setting for Manning, setting for Trombley. Give somebody else a chance at the front line.
Reese Olson to serve. Set point. Manning gets it back.
Yeah, more of that.
Yeah, they've gone to Manning sparingly in set number 1.
Yeah, they need to like I said, they got to get Manning and Wilberg involved at the front, especially when Reeder's on the back.
Trombley, another good serve. That goes over in 1. Opportunity. Manning in the middle, block, kept alive by Forest Lake. They'll tap it over. Reeder in the back. Trombley, near side. Wilberg, did it find the line? No. A little bit long, and first set to Forest Lake, 25-20. So the Rangers, 12-16, take set number 1.
Good aggressive play by Wilberg. I like that at the end of that, to go for that point and be aggressive with it. Just not enough to put it away. Nice job by Forest Lake in set 1. We'll see what set 2 brings us.
It is number 2 Anoka, number 3 Forest Lake here in the section semifinals. We'll be back, set number 2 on QCTV.
Did you know that every day, millions of children around the world go to bed hungry? At Feed My Starving Children, we're working hard to change that. But we can't do it alone. We need your help. It's a fun, rewarding, and impactful way to spend your time. Plus, it's something you can do with friends, family, or even your coworkers. Ages 5 and up and all abilities are welcome. We take care of you every step of the way, from greeting you at the door, increasing your understanding of the impact of world hunger, to specific volunteer roles. We're here to serve you. And together, we'll celebrate the powerful impact you've made in less than 2 hours. So join us at FMSC Coon Rapids and be part of something bigger than yourself. Find more details and sign up for a volunteer slot at fmsc.org/volunteer. Together, we can feed every child until all are fed.
Set number 2 coming up. Number 3, Forest Lake won the opener 25-20. They won their quarterfinal, beating Cambridge Isani 3-0. Meanwhile, Anoka beat Andover 3-0. And the number 2 Tornadoes have a little work to do. And I think they got rattled by some close calls or no calls in set number 1. They got to put that in the rearview mirror.
I agree. I think they did get a little bit rattled there in the middle. Reeder especially. And Reeder definitely got amped up and started playing a lot more aggressively there towards the end of that first set and made some big plays, but also had some unforced errors. They're going to need her to stay level-headed here in this situation. And again, rely on your seniors with the experience in the spot. Remember, you're the defending champions. You've been in these spots before. You've had to battle back before. You know what that's like. Rely on that experience. Keep your poise, and let's have a good set, too, if you're Anoka.
Another thought I had was because they're loading up to stop Reeder, there's got to be opportunities for some touch hits deep.
Yeah.
Instead of the big swing.
I completely agree. There's opportunities out there if they utilize all facets of the floor.
So the Tornadoes down 1-0. Sherry Alm, Forest Lake head coach. Chris Fenwick, Anoka head coach. They had their set break. And now we go to work. Set number 2, Wilberg to serve for the Tornadoes on our left. And that one... service there. Oh!
No, they get the ace on the line.
Wow. Terrific serve. I thought it was up, but that'll work. Tornadoes up 1-0, and they got off to a quick start. Up 5-0 in set number 1.
Yep, they're looking for Wilberg to have a nice service game, get them going with a little positive momentum.
Floater into the middle. Rangers to the net. Near side hit. Blocked by the Tornadoes. Nice dig by Wilberg. Sent over by Vaughn. Forest Lake back at it. Middle hit. Dug out by Wilberg again. Now they feed Vaughn. Goes across. Rangers in the middle. Lanassa kept that one alive. Forest Lake. Far side hit. Nice dig in the back. That was Wilberg. Now Reeder from the back line sends it across. And that'll turn into a tornado point.
Nice
Forest
rally.
Lake, yeah, they kind of ran into each other.
Good job. You know, really, that's all Wilberg right there. I'll give her credit. Had a good serve, but then 2 big digs to keep that point alive where she's sprawling out and keeping a point alive.
They get it to the net, kept alive. Now she got into the net over there. That was Linder. 3-0, so almost a carbon copy of set 1.
Right, and she had to, Linder had to kind of lift that off the net to get that in play, and that's what she ended up getting called for. But a good start for Elena Wilberg to keep them on serve.
Heavy serve to the back line by Wilberg. In the middle, look out. Sheesh, that was Colvin. She dropped the hammer on that one.
Yeah, Josie Colvin, the young sophomore. That's why you got to like what this Forest Lake team has going forward, too, when you look at Munson, a sophomore, and you look at Colvin, a sophomore. They've got some talent.
Murphy, good serve. Reeder's going to send it over in the middle, and that's going to go off the board and a point for the Tornadoes, 4-1. While Reeder is still in the back with a good heavy hit. And now Vaughn to serve for the Tornadoes.
That's got to be the big key, is killing serves right away, not allowing Forest Lake to go on long runs.
Vaughn in the middle with that serve. Rangers near side hit, and that's a beauty. That's terrific by Carey.
Kennedy Carey, and again, when they see Lanassa on that back line as the libero in there, they're going to come after her whenever possible. Lanassa had to make 1,000,000 digs in that first set, and they're going to continue to challenge her.
Piper Lubavitch to serve for Forest Lake to our right. Handled by Vaughn. Reeder's just going to send it over. No point to Forest Lake.
Ooh,
double
a 2
hit.
hit.
Yeah. 4-3. Rangers down by 1.
And it really changed on the first set when Lubavitch took serve at this stage of the game. In set number 1, she went on a long service run.
Handled by Reeder, far side. In the middle, Ivy Manning puts it away. And they definitely need more Ivy Manning in set 2.
100%. Need a lot of Ivy Manning in this one. Wilberg gave you the nice service game. Now Manning's got to give you that.
Manning to serve. Serve toward the Forest Lake bench, far side, into the net. That was a big drive by Macy Munson, but powered it down into her own net.
Yeah, you wonder if she just jumped a little bit early because that thing was on the down before she even got to the net. Munson's a tall girl, 6'1", and you can't teach that.
Another good serve by Manning to the back row. Over and 1. Tornadoes an opportunity. Trombley over to Reeder. Down the line. Got it. She missed a couple of times in that first set. Not there.
Yeah, definitely found the range that time. Kept it down the line, and you're seeing what the Tornadoes are already doing better. Shorter service games from Forest Lake. They're taking advantage.
Tornadoes lead it 7-3. Manning to serve. Short one in the middle. They send it across. And Manning can't handle that one. Nice swing by Kennedy Carey. And it's 7-4.
They come from all sides, right? With Carey, with Munson, with Johnson, with Colvin. They utilize the whole floor.
Kendall Brodier to serve. Oh, the Rangers. At Reeder, kept alive. What do we got here?
What's the call? Were the ref not ready?
It is a do-over.
Do-over, a mulligan.
Playground rules, sandlot, do-over.
Sandlot rules,
Yeah.
You get one? Yep.
Can't agree, do-over. 7-4. Floater near side. Lanassa digs it out. In the middle, blocked. Kept alive, over and 1 for Anoka. And then right back. Good job by Wilberg. They send it over to Reeder. Dug out of there. Forest Lake an opportunity. Tapped over into the antenna. Point Anoka.
Hayden Reeder's doing a lot of refereeing out there on the court, trying to help out these calls. Gets that one. That time a little substitution change. They set for McLaughlin in the middle, who's just checked in.
Served by Trombley.
Involved.
Floater into the middle for Anoka. Tapped over. Kept alive by Lanassa. Reeder. That's to the net.
That's trouble.
Forest Lake keeps it alive. Reeder again. Trombley. Right back to Reeder. Wow.
That's a tough one to stop when they can get her set like that. Timeout taken by Sherry Holm.
It was just a perfect set by Trombley. I mean, Reeder leaps and just drives, no opportunity down the line again.
Yeah, she's finding a little something she can get. Now that she's found that range on that line, on that far side, it's giving the Tornadoes some options and giving them some confidence to give Reeder some more places to hit it at.
So
9-4.
Yeah, certainly a good start. The one thing the Tornadoes have done is served it well, and now it's just mixing it up. And we've done a lot of Anoka volleyball this year, Tim. And the thing is when to go away from Reeder and feed someone else, whether it's Manning or Vaughn or another option.
You're right. It's always kind of finding that balance. And obviously when Reeder's getting hot, you want to feed her, right? But when you can get Wilberg involved and change the directions, change the eye level of the other team a little bit, getting them to look at other things, I just think that only helps you. Keeping Kate Trombley involved, it's a big thing. You want to keep her going. Get Elena Wilberg involved on the near side. Just keep mixing it up if you're Chris Fenwick and the Tornadoes.
Trombley, good deep serve in the middle. Forest Lake to the net, far side. Dug out of there by Trombley. Lanassa sends it over to Reeder. She'll just tap it over. Nice dig, over and 1, and Wilberg couldn't handle it. Boy, that was a lucky point for Forest Lake, but they certainly needed it.
Tough matchup at the net for Wilberg because she's giving up some size, and unfortunately it was a little too easy for Munson to put that one away. She couldn't redirect it, could Wilberg.
In the middle, and Reeder gets a point right back. Reeder flew toward the net and hammered it down. 10-5 Tornadoes.
Nice quick kill once again, and a good set by Kate Trombley.
Now Reeder to serve. Near side. Drives it along the near sideline. Forest Lake taps it over. Kept alive by Lanassa. Near side, batted over by Wilberg. Forest Lake back to work. Near side swing, dug out by Reeder. Trombley across. Vaughn will send it over. Forest Lake digs it out. Over and 1. Lanassa back to Reeder. Back line. Kept alive there by Brodier. Point to Anoka.
Yeah, two-hitter.
Tornadoes by 6. And they need to keep the pressure on and even up this match. Reeder continues to serve.
Forest Lake looks a little bit, just a little stale here in set number 2. Needs some momentum.
Short serve by Reeder. They send it to the back line, and it's pounded into the net by Brodier. And it's 12-5.
Not as crisp as they were in set 1, Steve, here in set number 2. The sets aren't as crisp. They're not setting up as well as they did in that first set.
Another serve by Reeder, and that's an ace. 4 in a row for the Tornadoes.
And that's the difference, the longer service runs for the Tornadoes versus quick serves for Forest Lake. Getting the Tornadoes back in this thing.
Another short serve in the middle. And a nice set in the Macy Munson put it away.
Yeah, Macy Munson is got a bright future here as just a sophomore. But great timing at the net.
And there's an ace by Reese Olson. Ava Lanassa couldn't handle it, 13-7.
And you notice when Lanassa's in there on that line, right at that spot, they serve at her pretty much exclusively.
Olson again, short serve, that's an ace. 3 in a row, 13-8 our score.
Let's watch and see, do they serve at her again, and will she make an adjustment?
Reeder digs it out, tapped over by Wilberg, no. Double hit. So now a quick 4 in a row by the Rangers. And Olson continues to serve.
That time they served at Reeder, and they do it again.
They get it to Reeder. Trombley. Now Wilberg. She'll tap it over. They come near side. Reeder's going to send it across to Vaughn. Olson digs it out and back. Back set, off the net and down. What a break. That went right along the tape for Carey and fell. 13-10.
Well, Kennedy,
timeout.
The Carey family should maybe get a lotto ticket tonight because that was fortuitous right there on the line. She just punches at it just to try to get it over, but look at it, just hog the net and get the perfect spin off of it for a drop-in point. Nicely done by the Rangers to get themselves back in at 13-10.
Yeah, Trombley couldn't do anything about that one. So Anoka built a 13-5 lead. Forest Lake right back in it. And out of this timeout for the Tornadoes, imperative to get a point and stop that run because it was 5-0 in set number 1. Before you knew it, Forest Lake had an 11-7 lead and went on to a 25-20 set win. These are big points right now in the middle of this set.
Very big. I think Anoka's got to get this kill right now, get themselves back on serve, and see if they, and again, change the rotation, right? Because where Lanassa and Reeder are now are in the spots that they want to serve. Reese Olson very comfortable serving to either Hayden Reeder on that back corner line or at Lanassa in the middle.
She is on a run right now. Olson to serve. Sends it to the back. Lanassa handles it. Trombley to Reeder in the back. Over the net and down. It hit the tape hard, but it popped over. Big point for Anoka.
They'll take a break the other way. That'll work just fine as Reeder gets the kill from the 10-foot line.
And now Ava has to serve the libero for the Tornadoes. Good deep serve. And that'll be a point for the Tornadoes. Forest Lake hit it twice, but a very good serve. They had to handle it and back.
Absolutely. Great job there to get a big point for Lanassa on serve. Good for her confidence.
Tornadoes get back up by 5. Lanassa, short serve to the net. In the middle, tapped over, kept alive by Trombley. Lanassa to Reeder in the back. And that goes just wide.
Wow, just wide. As she's sitting on basically the 3-point line of that court, away from the attack line. That's, again, asking a lot for Reeder back there to put anything on it.
And out of serve, Eva Linder, senior setter. Done a good job tonight. Good deep serve. Handled by Reeder in the back. Trombley in the middle. Manning sent it over. Forest Lake goes to work. Into the net. Oh, they got a break there. They set up Trista Johnson, but she bangs it into the net.
Again, just not as clean in this set are the Rangers. A lot more unforced errors, a lot more challenges at the net.
Wilberg to serve for the Tornadoes.
That's long. Close. Just long by maybe 2 inches. That wasn't bad from Wilberg. Just a little deep.
A good eye. Look at this. They let it fly.
Oh, yeah, just barely.
Tornadoes, Trombley in the middle. Manning tapped right back. Point to Forest Lake. They did a nice job over there with Trista Johnson. They're down by 3.
And I know that's a designed set to put it just over the top of the tape for Manning, but it's a tough play and it requires a lot of timing.
Vaughn sends it over. Forest Lake goes to work. Back set. In the back, Reeder. Trombley in the middle. Manning tapped it over. Forest Lake back at it from the back line to the net. Point to Forest
Lift.
Lake.
Yeah, they call it lift on Trombley, and Chris Fenwick gives the I surrender pose to the referee.
Tornadoes up by 2. Forest Lake continues their serve. Kenna Murphy. Reeder handles it. Trombley over to Vaughn. Sends it over. Olsen to the net. All the way across. And that one's good. Big swing on the near side by Carey. And now Forest Lake, 4 in a row. They're within 1.
Boy, Kennedy Carey for 5'7". She can rise up above the net. That's an unforced service there.
Oh, and Forest Lake had a chance to tie. Tornadoes by 2. And now they need to get on a run. Piper Vaughn, the senior, to serve. He's done a good job at the service line tonight. And that trend needs to continue. Vaughn, jump serve down the middle. Olsen handles it. Back set far side. Dug out of there by Vaughn. Trombley into play. Sent over by Wilberg. In the middle, blocked. Kept alive by Manning. And
That's
there it's
good.
Reeder. Reeder hits the back line. Huge point for the Tornadoes.
That's a big one. You got to stay on serve here with Piper Vaughn. We'll see if Vaughn stays serving at the libero in the back line of Olsen.
Short serve, far side. They send it across. And there's a nice swing on the near side. That's Carey again with a big point. 18-16 Rangers down by 2. They will serve.
Boy, she makes that look pretty easy, doesn't she, Steve? Man, no wasted motion from Kennedy Carey, and a great kill.
Kennedy Carey, a senior, 5'7", plays much bigger than that. Lanassa handles it. Manning sends it over. In the middle, block. Lanassa to the tape. Manning back to Wilberg. She'll just bat it over. Free ball. Forest Lake. Another point. Rangers starting to make their move. Trista Johnson over there. They're down by 1.
And you see how they're able to set to both sides, Steve? They set to Johnson on the far side this time versus setting for Carey on the near side, and they're effective both ways.
Lubavitch to serve. Handled by Lanassa. Trombley at the net. Tapped over and out.
Yeah, not a great set. Not much Reeder could do with that. And now we're tied at 18. We're right in this spot again, just like we were in set 1, Steve.
Yeah, 18 all in set 1. Forest Lake finished on a 7-2 run. Lubavitch to serve again. Lanassa, now Trombley to Reeder. Point to the Tornadoes.
That's
Huge
a big one.
Kill by Reeder.
Had to have it. You did not want to let Forest Lake get on a service run. Now you put Manning on serve, and we'll see how aggressive they want to be. Are they going to serve with hard to the back line, or are they going to try something soft?
Manning at the net, tapped over. Trombley. Vaughn. Reeder can't put it away. Forest Lake will send it over, but long. Now 20-18 Tornadoes. They're up by 2 late in set 2.
Big point to get that 2-point lead.
And now Manning. High floating serve to the back. Sent over in 2 by Forest Lake, and then it falls. No one was there. Wilberg wouldn't grab it.
Well,
also, McLaughlin was there.
I think Trombley struggled with it, got no height on it, and I don't think Wilberg knew what to do, or McLaughlin. This one kind of ate up Trombley. But yeah, either way, McLaughlin and Wilberg got to communicate right there.
Godier to serve for Forest Lake, down by 1. Reeder.
That's good.
And that's on the line. 21-19. Tornadoes get it back. Trombley to serve. Look at this. Reeder right on the line.
I think Reeder's head might have exploded had that gone the other way.
Tornadoes by 2. Big drive off the rafters. Point to Forest Lake. That's a big swing in the back by Kenna Murphy. 21-20, Tornadoes by 1. And now to serve is Kennedy Carey. Reeder handles it in the back. Trombley back to Reeder. Tornadoes back up by 2. Huge.
They changed up their defensive set that time. They started with 4 in the back line and then started moving Trombley. There was a little more motion from the Tornadoes that time. Not a very stagnant look. Very good by Anoka.
Reeder, big serve, and that one's long. Big swing by Forest Lake, and now the Tornadoes in a good spot. Up 23-20, timeout on the floor, and Hayden Reeder stepping up.
Yeah, Reeder making the big plays, and again, the closer, right? Late in the game, late in the set, you want to get some points, get the big plays. Now you set for Reeder, and you see if she can finish it off for you. And she's done a great job.
Yeah, and they've had a little more poise in this set. It seems as though they got rattled in set 1. There were some points that they didn't get, calls they didn't get, and they end up falling 25-20. More poise in this set, and they're up by 3 late.
Rolling with the punch is a little bit better. I would agree with you. I think they're taking the adversity and they're kind of adjusting with it. And again, you're getting more contributions from a lot of players in this set. You're seeing Manning a little bit more involved. Even if she's not getting the kills or the putaways, they're setting for her and giving her more chances. And I think that's a good thing. Keeps everybody in the flow.
There's Chris Fenwick, head coach, Anoka Tornadoes. He's been around a long time. Very good athlete and a family of great athletes. They are intense competitors.
Oh, for sure. And Fenwick's having fun. I talked to him a little bit before the game, and he is enjoying the coaching aspect. Like, this season's been fun for him. Last season, obviously, was a great time. But I think he's really enjoyed and the team really seems to respond to him and his approach and his style.
Reeder to serve. Good serve, deep. Forest Lake gets to the net, near side, tapped over. Kept alive by Vaughn. Trombley back set. Wilberg into the net. Taps it over in 1. No. Point to Forest Lake. 23-21. Rangers to serve. And going back to serve will be Reese Olson, their libero. And she's done a good job serving tonight.
Yeah, she has. Let's see if she goes at Lanassa or Reeder. Oh, she goes Vaughn.
And Vaughn gets it. Vaughn will get it back. Far side. Taps it over. Forest Lake moves to the net. Near side. Dug out of there by Reeder, but a big, big swing by Murphy for the point. 1 point game, 23-22. Tornadoes lead. Forest Lake still on the serve. Olsen serves from the near corner on our right. Lanassa digs it out. Trombley across. Vaughn! That'll be a point. That one dug up into the bleachers.
That was the best, though. That's the most aggressive Piper Vaughn has been at the net all match long. They need more of that. I would continue to encourage Piper Vaughn to play aggressively.
Set point, 24-22 here in the second. Ava Lanassa to serve. Job 1, get it over. She did. To the net. Near side, into the net. Doesn't matter. Point to the Tornadoes.
And that'll do it. 4 hits
25-22.
Well, we got a match. We officially got a match here tonight. These two teams have finally gotten to each other. This is going to be a fun one. It's a best out of 3 from here on out. Anoka got what they needed in that one. A good, poised, solid second set.
Yeah, and on that last point, set point, was it the antenna double hit? What did you see?
I think they got 4 hits right there.
Yeah.
That she kind of wasn't able to get that over in time.
So Anoka prevails. Some big points late. Key serve in by sophomore Ava Lanassa. And we are squared at 1 in this Section 7 4A semifinal. Forest Lake and Anoka. Set number 3 coming up in a moment.
Each store in downtown Anoka has their own unique niche to it.
Hi, I'm Gina Schupanitz, and we are at Favorite Things in downtown Anoka on Main Street. The business has been here for probably 10 or 12 years, and I just bought it 2 years ago. When I bought it 2 years ago, it was actually called the White Owl, and just this past spring or past February, I renamed the business to Favorite Things. So the business has been here a long time, and it's got a long standing in the community and just a lot of loyal customers to the store.
And those customers come back for a reason. The store is a treasure trove of delightful finds, from unique furniture to stylish women's apparel, sparkling jewelry to charming gifts. It has something for everyone.
I don't know if I could pick one favorite thing in the store. I really try to find things that people are going to like and that people will think are their favorite things. Right now we have a lot of seasonal items in the store. We've got wind chimes and our rain chains, which are super popular. People love them for their outdoor garden areas and their patios. They make wonderful gift items. And then, during the seasons we change out the decor too. So every season we have new items. So in the fall you'll see a lot of fall decor, and then of course during the holidays this store becomes just a mecca of Christmas items. So I would say if you haven't shopped here, make sure you come back and check it out each season, because you definitely will see something new every time you come in.
Favorite Things is also participating in the Anoka Social District, so customers can enjoy their drinks, socialize with friends, and shop in the store.
The Anoka community is thriving. The Chamber of Commerce here and the Discover Anoka group do a fantastic job with helping to promote the downtown area and the small businesses. And almost every month of the year we have an event here in town which brings in a lot of customers and just brings in a lot of new people to the city, and it just helps the small businesses thrive. Yeah. I want people to come here and say, oh my God, I'm looking for this item and I want to give it to a friend of mine because it's an item that I love. So that's kind of what I try to specialize in.
So next time you're in Anoka, I definitely make a point to stop by and see what catches your eye at Favorite Things.
It is the Section 7 semifinal tonight. Anoka and Forest Lake are tied at 1. Forest Lake won set number 1, 25-20. Anoka comes back and wins it 25-22. On to number 3 we go.
It's going to be an interesting one. We want to see whose style and who makes the right adjustment now. Everybody's got one on each other. Who makes the next move?
Linder to serve. Tornadoes go to work. Manning tapped it over. Rolled the tape, and it turns into a point. Forest Lake couldn't gather it. Manning just tapped it near side, and it rolled along the tape and down.
I was going to say, I have no idea how that got over, but it just got enough, and it was a nice one for Ivy Manning to get involved early on.
Piper Vaughn to serve, had a big swing late in set number 2 that sent Anoka on their way. In the middle, there's one, and a nice drive by Colvin in the middle, and she gets the kill and the point. We're tied at 1.
Yeah, the Munson-Colvin combination for sophomores, boy, that's going to be tough to deal with.
Forest Lake on serve. Manning powers one down on the line. Yes! In front of the Forest Lake bench across the way. 2-1 Tornadoes. Manning to serve.
Want more of that. I want a little bit of a higher set and put that right on the palm of Ivy Manning over the top of the net. I think that's when she is at her best.
Isabella McLaughlin in for Anoka in the middle. Manning to serve. Rangers to the net. Tough spot. Point to the Tornadoes. That was a pretty good serve. Forest Lake, they got handcuffed.
Yeah, they're give the student section credit for Forest Lake. They're trying everything they can to rattle Ivy Manning, but she's not having it, and give her credit for that.
Good crowds from both schools here. Big swing dug out in the back by Vaughn. Trombley over in 2, right back, and that's put away. That's a nice swing by Kennedy Carey.
Just a tough one there for Kate Trombley. Had to just hit it over, but it left Anoka vulnerable for an attack, and that time they got hit with it.
Piper Lubavitch to serve. She's serving from our right in the near corner. Sends it into the middle. Dug out by Vaughn. Trombley at the net. Over to Reeder. Dug out. Over and 1 by Forest Lake. No, point Tornadoes. They're up 4-2. In all 3 sets, they've got off to good, solid starts.
Yeah, they have. They've gotten that's the first, second set they were able to make it hold. First set they didn't, as you can see, kind of the net violation there from Reeder, and giving the point to Anoka.
Trombley to serve. Forest Lake near side. Carey gets the point. And she's been really good on the near side.
Boy, yeah, when she's on this near side and they're able to put Johnson and Munson and all those folks on the far side opposite her, boy, are they tough to deal with. Kennedy Carey's been really, really good.
Kendall Brodier to serve. Her team down 4-3. Set 3, tied at 1. That one's wide. Break to the Tornadoes.
Something we saw a lot more in set 2, Steve, were those service errors, those unforced errors. Saw more of that from Forest Lake. Another example right there.
Hayden Reeder to serve. Hammers one right down the middle. Forest Lake back to the net, tapped over. Nice dig by Lanessa. Far side, over by Wilberg. Forest Lake back to work at the net, far side. Dug out of there by Lanessa. She'll just send it over. Free ball, Forest Lake. On our right, Carey, dug out by Lanessa. Trombley sends it over to Vaughn for the point. Piper Vaughn with a big drive.
More of that. Again, that's 2 in a row where she's gotten aggressive at the net, and both times it's paid dividends for Anoka. Continue to give Vaughn those opportunities, and when Vaughn gets them, she needs to make the most of them.
Reeder, soft serve into the middle. They send it to the back line, tapped over, dug out nicely by Trombley. Over to Vaughn. She's blocked back, sends it over in one. Forest Lake goes to work. Near side, Carey. Somehow kept alive and sent over by Anoka. Carey again. Dug out by Reeder in the back. Trombley over to Vaughn. Good long point here. Near side, Carey. Trombley keeps it alive. Reeder sends it over to Vaughn again. Taps it over. Didn't hit the antenna. Reeder to the front. Trombley. Near side, Wilberg. And that's going to be a point for the Tornadoes. Forest Lake couldn't run it down on the back line. 7-3, Anoka.
Nice job by Wilberg, at least forcing them to challenge that at the back line. And that really was kept alive nicely by a couple of big digs from Izzy McLaughlin up front as well. Well done by Anoka. Good team effort.
Reeder serve. Came in short. Tornadoes get it Trombley. Over to Vaughn, left side. Dug out and back. Nice job at a point. Well, Murphy did a good job to get to it, but got no help. And the Tornadoes have scored 4 in a row and are up by 5.
This version of Piper Vaughn is a problem right now for Forest Lake. She's getting some opportunities, and she's making the most of them. I would continue to set for her while she's got some kind of momentum going.
Reeder in the back, serving. And her serves, she's really mixed it up. She can drive it deep, or she can float it in soft, short. Just over the attack line.
And it takes pressure off of Reeder when you can set for Vaughn up front and you can set for Wilberg up front.
All right, we are ready to go. Tornadoes off to a good start here in set number 3. Short serve in the middle, tapped over, and a point. Nice touch by Macy Munson. And it's now 8-4, and Forest Lake to serve.
There's the little change-up from Munson right there. Just deciding to go with a little soft one in the corner, and I think it surprised Reeder.
Kennedy Carey to serve. Gets it deep. Vaughn up into the rafters. Sent over by Reeder. What a save by Lanez in front of the bench. In the middle, blocked over. Kept alive by the Rangers. They hit it into the net. That was made by Ava Lanez. So going into the bench to send it to Reeder, who is able, and you'll see it right here. What a save. And then Reeder just bats it over.
I love that she shoves Piper Vaughn out of the way and says, get to the front line, I got this one. Makes the big play, and Reeder sends it over, and that sets up a chance for them at the net. They did a great job. Ava Lanassa, fantastic there.
Good serve. They get it to the near side. Tapped over. Trombley over in one. Right back, dug out by Lanassa. Sent back. Kept alive by Trombley. Reeder sends it over. Vaughn over. Forest Lake goes to work near side, and they get the point. Boy, that's a tremendous swing by Kenna Murphy. Wow.
We're getting some good stuff here. Good back and forth from these two teams. Lots of quality digs, and that time a great put away by Murphy. Gets Forest Lake on serve.
Reese Olson to serve, down by 4. In the middle, Manning. Look out, Ivy Manning. Big point for the Tornadoes.
And you know when you get the big shove from Hayden Reeder, you're doing something right. That's what you want to keep doing. Again, I love what Vaughn and Manning are giving to them here in this third set.
Wilberg to serve, right down the middle. Floater goes deep. They'll send it into the middle, tap back. That was Colvin trying to put it away. And that's a nice touch play by Forest Lake, and Murphy just dropped it right into the middle short on the Tornadoes, 10-6.
Yeah, they've seen a little soft spot there that they can do something with, and that was Kenna Murphy taking advantage. They go now to the bench, and we're going to see Grace Vu going to serve one, or at least come to the back line on rotation.
Evelinder to serve. before Forest Lake down by 4. Here in set number 3. This section semifinal. Reeder in the back. Now Trombley over to Vaughn. Vaughn over and won by Forest Lake. Right back in a point. Manning with the cookie. And the Tornadoes up by 5 and on serve.
Yeah, that one is the stuff that get the big stars in your eyes type set opportunity there for Manning, and she wasn't going to miss that.
Vaughn to serve. Good heavy serve, far side. Point to Anoka. They got a double hit. And now the Tornadoes extend their lead to 6. Vaughn came up huge at the end of set 2 and has been big here in the third.
She's been fantastic. Definitely the MVP of this third set. She has played fantastic, and she continues to keep it going. And I jinxed her. See, Steve, this is what I do. I totally did that. That's on me. My bad.
Tried to serve short, came up short. Murphy now to serve. Tornadoes up by 5.
My point is still valid on Piper Vaughn.
Lanassa digs it out. Trombley sends it over to Reeder. Reeder put it away. Reeder was back at that attack line and still put it away.
And Reeder has been a little quieter in this set because she hasn't had to do as much. So now she's a little fresher, I think. And now you're ready to start setting for her and giving her some chances.
Grace Vu in the game. Manning to serve for the Tornadoes. They get it in the middle, tapped over, kept alive by Vu at the net. Trombley got it over. Forest Lake behind the antenna.
Oh, you got to keep playing, girls. God, you got to keep playing. And the Anoka fans are furious, and Chris Fenwick's furious. They say that no way that went over the referee's head, and I might agree.
It went over the referee's head. I just cannot believe that was nowhere near. You'll see it here.
I don't think that's a great call by the officials, but you got to keep playing. You didn't hear a whistle. You got to go.
Yeah, second controversial point. One in the first, now one here in the second. And
they're going to issue a yellow here to this side. They need to calm down, Anoka does. They absolutely have got to calm down.
Awful call, though.
It's
awful call.
It's not a great call. There's no doubt about it.
The official is looking at it go over her head.
Yeah, it hasn't been great. I will say that. But you've got to keep playing. If you don't hear a whistle, you got to play. You can't stop.
And the danger for the Tornadoes is they got rattled in the first.
Yep.
Similar thing, poor call, and they really weren't able to recover. And that's a really rough call on the Tornadoes. Serve is in. They've got to gather themselves. Trombley over to Reeder. Look out.
And now Hayden's got some words for everybody involved as he gets going. Now they'll get to the bench again. Wilberg back in on her turn in the rotation. 14-8. Tornadoes got to stay poised here in this moment.
Trombley to serve, and she gets it in and deep. Rangers send it all the way across. Dug out in the back by Vaughn. Trombley back set. Wilberg sends it deep. Rangers to the net. In the middle. At the net, tapped around. And we got a net violation on the Tornadoes.
Yeah.
Actually 4 hit.
Yeah, it looked like it was 4. It looked like it was going to be 4 there for Anoka. They got the bump at the net, and then it just kind of took a while to get settled. And again, just got to get a quick kill.
Rodier to serve. Dug out by Vaughn. Trombley sends it in the middle. Reeder puts it away. 15-9. And now Reeder will go back to the serve, and they were really good earlier in the set with Reeder serving.
Yeah, normally they don't love it when she's a full 6-time rotation player. She's going to play the back line for sure, but they're a different team when she goes to the back line, but it worked well in this set when she was back there.
Big serve there. Forest Lake, they're just going to send it over in the middle, and Vaughn digs it out. Now it's Reeder from the back.
Oh, boy.
Drops the hammer. And I think had a look at the official on that.
I get the vibe that she's a little steamed. I don't know, but that's just the vibe I get. And Reeder says it's bedtime. We're going to try to put this one away.
Reeder, floater into the middle. Forest Lake to the net. Back set, far side. Off the net. We play on. Tapped over. Trombley sends it over. Vaughn gets it deep. Forest Lake right back to the net, near side. And that one's touched, and that's a point for Carey. Carey with the kill. They're down by 6 and go to the serve. And Kendall Carey will do the honors.
Yeah, Carey's been fantastic in this game. She's played so well for this Forest Lake team.
Lanassa digs it out. Trombley across. Vaughn. There's another point for the Tornadoes as it rattles around over the scoreboard.
Wow.
And they give the point to the Tornadoes, 17-10.
Tip your cap to Piper Vaughn, man. She has played fantastic in this set. Really come to life. She's a different player, and she's attacking. She's not waiting for it to come to her. She is rising to the net and taking it to Forest Lake, and it's been great for the set for the Tornadoes.
In set number 2, her swing over on the far side really was what propelled them. I know Reeder had some big points at the end of the set, but it seems as though Vaughn's emergence has really given the Tornadoes life.
I think it really, they kind of lit a fuse there a little bit. It kind of got Vaughn going, got her into the flow, but I also think like it got Ivy Manning going. It got some of these other players going, Wilberg and such, and now it's setting up for Wilberg, or for Reeder.
And apparently we got the replay on that one that went behind the antenna. You see it here.
I mean, she's behind the ref right there.
And she's looking at it go over, straight over her head. Great shot by our crew. And once again, they're human beings. We can't have games without officials. That's a terrible call.
It's a tough one. It's a tough call. And again, my issue with Anoka is you didn't hear a whistle. You got to keep playing. You can't anticipate.
Yeah,
you got to play all the way through.
Yeah, don't quit on it. A yellow came out as well and a warning to the Tornadoes. Lanassa to serve. She's come alive as well. Forest Lake at the net. Point to the Tornadoes, and they're starting to pull away in spite of all that controversy on that play you saw a moment ago. And Lanassa serving, and now they've got to finish.
I think this time they're using it to their advantage. They're not getting rattled by it, but instead they're being inspired by it.
Lanassa into the net.
But I'll say this, Lanassa has played a very inspired third set as well with the digs. Like, she has made 3 or 4 really good dig plays to keep plays alive. And, I mean, she's been valuable from that libero spot in this third set.
Reese Olson to serve. She's been good tonight there. Reeder handles it in the middle. Trombley across. Vaughn. Dug out by Forest Lake. They get it over near side. And that one goes well wide. Swing there by Kenna Murphy. And it missed the mark, and the Tornadoes up by 8 late in set number 3, and Wilberg to serve.
Wilberg has done a nice job on serve for the Tornadoes tonight. Whenever they've asked her, she's been able to string together multiple points.
Wilberg, good deep serve. They're just going to send it over with, and Murphy can't get it over, 20-11. And the Tornadoes on their way, but once again, they want to finish and get to that 4th set up 2-1. Wilberg continues to serve. Another good deep serve. They get it in the middle. Near side, tapped over, kept alive by the Tornado. They feed Vaughn. She'll bat it over. And a point. Vaughn's on fire.
Yeah, that wasn't a great set. Was not a great set by Trombley, but nice job by Vaughn to stay with it and at least position it in a spot where she could get a point.
Wilberg again. 21-11. Good short serve. Over and won by Forest Lake. Trombley at the net. Tapped over somehow by Manning. Forest Lake keeps it alive in the back. Manning again. Drives it over. Tap back by Forest Lake. Trombley sets up Vaughn. And she gets another point. Piper Vaughn again in the third.
Piper Vaughn has come alive and been a real factor for this team. She is just dominating play. When they give her opportunities on the outside, she's making it work because, again, she's being aggressive. And that's a timeout for Forest Lake.
And right now the Tornadoes are rolling, and great points. Set 1, call that didn't go their way. They got rattled. Point that didn't go their way here in the set. It has been a huge motivator. They're just rolling through the third now.
Yeah, they're really feeling the momentum here, and they can do no wrong at this point. They have played very, very well. And again, Forest Lake seems like they've gotten a little flat. They're not executing the way that they did in set 1, and Sherry Alm's got to try to get them refocused, reorganized, re-energized here. And we'll see what they come out with here. Because, again, we talked about this in set one. Finishing the set strong makes a big difference.
22-11 Tornadoes. Wilberg to serve out of the timeout.
Yeah, Wilberg's had some great service games tonight. She's serving well. And what on earth is that? Scary little Halloween costume or something we've seen here. Frightening.
And
there it is. It's a little dinosaur. Our camera crew caught it, scared me half to death. I thought I was in Jurassic Park.
We're ready to go. Wilberg to serve. Late in set number 3. Back set. Big points for Forest Lake. Dug out by Wilberg. Trombley in the middle. Reeder. Another point for the Tornadoes. And Wilberg, once again, back at, or it feeds Reeder back at the attack line. And now Reeder's going to get a breather here at the end of set number 3.
Yeah, 2 points away. If they can get her a drink, maybe get her calmed a little bit, let Wilberg see if she can finish this off on serve.
Wilberg, a little floater, over and 1. And now it's Vaughn again. Another point for Piper Vaughn. She can do no wrong.
It's all coming up roses for Piper Vaughn. And here we are at set point.
6 in a row for the Tornadoes. Wilberg to serve. Another floater. It's an ace for the set. And the Tornadoes lead it 2-1 after winning this one 25-11. Set number 4 coming up, but Anoka made a statement late in that set.
They sure did. They went on a run. This was a close set. One call goes against them, and all of a sudden Hayden Reeder became Darth Vader. She went on a run and put the close on this one in a hurry. Great set by Piper Vaughn. Fantastic stuff from Anoka.
25-11. Anoka wins it. We go on to set number 4 in a moment. Steve Thompson, Tim Anderson, and our great QCTV crew here on QCTV.
We're so excited to be here tonight. It's going to be a great night celebrating Hope for Youth. Tonight is our Darkest Night 4K. It is the 9th annual one where we get to come out here to Bunker, and we have a luminary lit trail for this 4K. Visitors come and walk, they can run, they can bring dogs, children, it's family friendly. And the intention of the event is to really bring light to what it might be like to be homeless and alone at night.
The reality of every step you take and the representation of the resources that go into the young people's lives, it's changing their lives in a way that will trickle on for generations. I hope that you feel that, you know that, and as you walk through this 4K, almost 2.5 miles, that you really, really feel good about what you're able to do.
This is amazing to come out here. Every year it's a little bit different, and we love to see some of the repeat people and some of our new. We have over 250 participants and volunteers out here tonight to help us celebrate and to really learn more about what it is like to be youth experiencing homelessness in Anoka County. So it starts out with a lot of fun. There's a band and glow and fun stations to do. And then as you get on the walk, you kind of take the moment to really think about what it might be like if you were the one experiencing homelessness. At Hope for Youth, we're seeing an over 40% increase in youth walking through our doors compared to a year ago. And that's the reality of what's happening in Anoka County. So we will start with the fun and then get really into what we're doing, why we're here, and that youth homelessness really does exist in our suburban areas.
Your support has probably never been more important than it is. Nikki just shared the over 40% increase, and I don't suspect as it gets colder that it's going to reduce in those numbers. So thank you. You are truly, truly helping us fulfill our mission.
But it gets to that intentional point where it allows those conversations to happen in small groups, where you're talking about, really, what is it going to be? Where are we going to be? What if I didn't have somewhere to sleep tonight? Where would I go? And that's what we are. We are Hope for Youth, and we're there for those young people that don't have somewhere safe to sleep tonight. If anyone's missed this opportunity and still wants to help with Hope for Youth, we have volunteer opportunities, we have donation opportunities. Go to our website, hope4youthmn.org.
And we're back. Tornadoes lead it in the Section 7 semifinals, 2-1. Forest Lake won the opener. Tornadoes have come back, won a tight second set, 25-22, and then pulled away at 25-11 in the third, and they will start on serve.
And Forest Lake's going to have to come out and play with a little bit of urgency in this set. They got hammered around pretty good there at the end of set number 3. Come out and get some quick points early.
There's a big swing and a point and a good start there for Trista Johnson. Haven't called her name a lot lately, and a big point. Rangers off to a good start, and Kenna Murphy will serve for the Rangers, wearing gold to our right. And that's a good serve, handled by Vaughn. In the middle, Manning puts it down. Nice feed from Vaughn, right next to each other, and Manning didn't miss.
I hope that's the lesson of this particular game so far, is like when Piper Vaughn and Ivy Manning are really aggressive, they're a very different team.
And now it's Vaughn to serve. MVP of set number 3 for the Tornadoes. In the middle, tapped over, kept alive by Trombley. Wilberg over, and Wilberg went over in 2 and didn't mean to.
Yeah, it sets up Noelle Borboom, who had an opportunity for that one, and she took care of it at the net. Another player that has some size that they can throw at it and throw at the net and be difficult, and that's what she did right there.
Piper Lubavitch to serve with the lead here in, and that's going to be an ace. Right at the shoe tops of Vaughn. She couldn't handle it. 3-1, so the Rangers off to a really good start.
Yeah, finally for the Rangers to get off to a good start to start a set. They've been chasing all the time. Here they get out early. Another almost great serve, just touched the tape.
And that is a service error. We haven't seen a ton of those tonight. Tornadoes get it back down by 1. Manning to serve.
Yeah, Lanasa comes out on her turn in the rotation, so you got Wilberg and Vaughn with Manning on the back line.
Manning gets it deep to the net. Big swing blocked by the Tornadoes. They got to send it over. And Reeder does. Near side, and that's a nice swing by Kennedy Carey, and they're up 4-2 and will serve. Yeah, Carey's just been great near side.
Been really good. I'd like to see them set for her a little bit more. Yes, you have a little more variety, but you do want to just ride a hot hand every now and again. Carey has that ability.
Rodier to serve, and that's well out. Another service there. Forest Lake just can't afford that.
Yeah, they didn't get the extended service runs in set 3, did they, Steve? They were pretty much done pretty quickly. If they're going to have success, they got to get those 4- and 5-point service games.
Kate Trombley to serve for the Tornadoes. Gets it in near side, deep. Lanasa digs it. They send it to Reeder. Down the line.
Just out.
Just out. 5-3 Forest Lake. They'll serve. And now it's Carey to serve. Kennedy Carey, one of the seniors. 5'7", plays a lot bigger than that.
Oh, she sure does.
Vaughn digs it out. Reeder in the middle, blocked right back. Terrific middle block there. Macy Munson should get credit for that, and it's 6-3.
6-3 indeed, and again, Reeder says something to the referee at the end of this thinking that Munson's into the net, but good job by Macy Munson.
Lanasa digs it out. Trombley sends it across. Wilberg down the line. Touched by Forest Lake. Tornadoes down by 2 to serve.
That's a big kill right there. Wilberg comes up big, and that's going to get Reeder on serve. I think Kennedy Carey reminds me a lot of Mason Brent last year, the player for Anoka, that 5'7", 5'8", and all of a sudden jumps out of the gym.
Somehow, Forest Lake sends it over in 2 and then tapped down by McLaughlin for the Tornadoes. She gets a kill, and the Tornadoes are down by 1. She was in the right place at the right time.
And that's been an adjustment made by Chris Fenwick after set 1. He sat Mabel Goslin and went with McLaughlin, and I think that's worked out pretty well.
Rangers handle the short serve by Reeder, dug out in the back by Trombley. Reeder and Trombley fall down. Vaughn sends it over. Set over by McLaughlin. Dug out by Trombley. Reeder, can she save it? Yes, Lanasa sends it over. What a point for the Tornadoes. Trombley, back set. Wilberg sent it over. Team scrambling, kept alive. Into the net. Into the net goes Vaughn. 7-5, Forest Lake.
That's just a hair on fire point right there.
Yeah.
Everybody everywhere. Whole thing discombobulated, and somehow they come away with a point.
Yeah, and on that one, it was just Vaughn too close to the net. Olsen to serve for Forest Lake. Lanassa digs it out. They'll send it across. Vaughn taps it over, right back. Reeder is going to feed Vaughn again. She'll get it deeper. Forest Lake across, taps it over. Over and one goes Forest Lake. And then Vaughn over on the far side puts it over and down. Piper Vaughn stays hot.
I like that Hayden Reeder took command right there and said, mine, 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 and then played this beautiful back set somehow cross court and put it right where Piper Vaughn needed it to get that kill.
Ava Lanassa to serve. Gets it over. Forest Lake, far side and wide. Tornado Point, we're tied at 7. That was the right idea, but the swing by Alexvold goes wide.
Tornadoes weathering that storm early from Forest Lake in this fourth set. Now get Lanassa on serve.
I'll send it all the way across, point to the Tornadoes. Double hit. Tornadoes 3 in a row now, up by 1.
Yeah, big break for them. Keeps Lanassa on serve. And again, points in the service game. That was the difference in set 3, and here it is again in set 4.
Lanassa gets it over. That's an ace. Wasn't handled cleanly by Borboom. And now it's 4 in a row for the Tornadoes.
The energy's really different on Forest Lake right there. That looked very lethargic. Borboom didn't look really comfortable with that. They need to get their energy up a little bit.
Ava Lanassa, the sophomore, drops it in. They send it near side. Beautiful block. Wilberg in the middle of that. And now it's Reeder in the middle. That was touched by the Rangers. And the Tornadoes are rolling up by 3.
Yep, 10-7 Tornadoes. Timeout, Sherry Ulm.
And right now, the Tornadoes really getting into a groove. And it started late in set number 2, and then they dominated set number 3. Slow start here, but now you can see they really are playing with confidence.
Yeah, they're kind of in the groove now. They've got everybody involved. And again, everybody's hustling and making the little plays happen now. You see Reeder diving into the stands for a ball. Lanassa, I think that point where Lanassa dived into the bench to keep a point alive was also huge in set number 2, because it was like, hey, we got to keep hustling for every point, right? And you start to see people diving for loose balls and giving their body up a little bit. It inspires the whole team.
So the Tornadoes trying to get to the section final. It'll be Thursday night, Halloween night in North Branch, 7 o'clock against either number 1 Centennial or number 5 Blaine. We haven't heard a final on that one. Check the scores here from time to time, but I have not seen anything yet from that one. And I just saw it, Centennial beat Blaine 3-1.
3-1, so okay.
Number 1 Centennial is through. They'll be in North Branch. On Thursday night at 7, will it be the Tornadoes or the Rangers? And out of the timeout, Lanassa continues to serve. Good deep serve. Rangers get it to the front, in the middle. Dug out by Reeder in the back. Trombley across. Vaughn over and down. They had a block set up, but she beat it.
You remember when we were here for that Maple Grove game, how the Maple Grove Crimson just picked on Piper Vaughn the entire night, and you could tell Vaughn was so frustrated at the end of that night. It's kind of refreshing to see her have a night where she's making such a difference. It's just such an opposite of what we saw that evening against Maple Grove.
So Tornadoes from down 2 to up 4 here in set number 4. They lead it 2-1. Lanassa floating serve to the back line, all the way across, over and one, and then tapped right back down. Trombley sent it over, but that left a cookie right in the middle for Borboom, and it's 11-8. Forest Lake down by 3, and they'll serve.
Borboom didn't get a ton of run in the first few sets, but she's getting a lot of time in the rotation here in this fourth set. And now with Johnson and Murphy, a little size up front.
Linder to serve. Down the line, Vaughn handled it. Lanassa toward the front, and Vaughn kept alive by Olsen. Forest Lake keeps it. Lanassa again. Over to Vaughn. She'll send it over, but long. Forest Lake down by 2.
You know what you're seeing, though? Look at the confidence Reeder has in Piper Vaughn. Every time Reeder gets a chance, she's calling off for a set, and she's setting for Piper Vaughn.
Linder to serve again. Dug out of there by Vaughn. Trombley in the middle. Manning taps it over. Over and 1 by Forest Lake. Opportunity here. Trombley to Manning. Over, and the point to the Tornadoes.
That clear lift right there on the Rangers, and it gets a point for Anoka. Nice job. Now Wilberg goes back on serve, and this is where she's been really good tonight, Steve. She's been great on the service line for the Tornadoes.
And the Tornadoes up by 3 here in the 4th. Key spot in this 4th set, of course. They go near side, down the line, but wide. And the swing there for Trista Johnson. She missed the mark, and the Tornadoes back up by 4.
And assistant coach Olivia Wolbert making those service calls behind the line for Elena Wilberg, and that time she's into the net. We shout out Olivia because she's the new head coach of the boys team in the spring. So kind of a year-round volleyball coach here at Anoka.
Murphy to serve. Rangers trying to hang in there. Trombley taps it over to Manning. Oh, what a job by Trombley to stay out of the net, feed Manning, and then she put it away, 14-10. Well, it wasn't a huge kill, but hit it into the right spot for the point. Now, Vaughn to serve.
When you have the aggressive stuff, then the soft stuff works. It usually is not the other way around.
Forest Lake in the back, sends it across, but long. That was Murphy missing on her swing.
Murphy got off to a really hot start for Forest Lake, but she's had about 4 or 5 unforced errors in the last set or two. She maybe doesn't seem as comfortable as she was before.
Piper Vaughn's had a great night. Another serve, and that's short.
That almost, Piper almost hit Hayden Reeder in the head on that one. Just a little too soft, and she's tried that soft serve, but it requires so much precision, and I think that's the 3rd time she's had a service error trying that serve.
Piper Lubavitch into serve for the Rangers. Down by 4. Near side, Manning, look out. Manning hitting on the near side, took the feed from Trombley and drove it to the floor.
Yeah, nice stuff right there from Ivy Manning on the outside. Normally they'd like to set for her in the middle. That time she gets a chance on the outside, makes them pay. Big point for Anoka. 9 points from the match.
Ivy Manning. Good deep serve down the middle. They send it all the way across. Dug out in the back by Vaughn. Not a Reeder. No, point.
Oh, they get a 2-hit set from Trombley.
Tornadoes up by 4. Forest Lake back to serve.
Felt like they were ready to call Mariana Rivera there again, Steve, looking to go to the closer to try to finish this thing off.
Rodier serves into the net. Break for the Tornadoes, and that hurts. 17-12, that's tough.
That's probably like their 4th or 5th service error of this set, I believe, Steve. And so that scat's killing them.
And they were clean early.
Yeah, absolutely.
Served there by Trombley. Forest Lake, boy, they weren't on the same page there as Murphy went over the back. And now it's 18-12.
It's like a switch got flipped in this match where Forest Lake now looks a little rattled and discombobulated.
Alm encouraging them. And that serve in by Trombley at the net. Blocked by the Tornadoes. Rangers just send it over. Dug out in the back by Lanassa. Trombley over to Reeder. You know what that means.
Yep.
19-12. Perfect set by Trombley. Reeder drops the hammer.
Yes, and that's where you cue up the old Semisonic song, Closing Time, because that's what they're looking at right now. Going to Hayden Reeder.
And recapping the match as we see the fans. Great crowd on hand. Tornadoes and Rangers. Great crowd here at the Field House tonight for this section semifinal. But Anoka got off to the 5-0 start and then played very nervous and were a little rattled in set number 1. settled down, battled back, set 2, and then controversial call in set 3, and they've just used that as fuel.
They really have. I mean, yeah, Forest Lake really took the fight to them in the first set, and I thought it really got under the skin of the Tornadoes, but they did a great job of just rallying. They played a really solid second set, won that one, but then after that, you're right, it was really that call that seemed to turn the tide, and then you started to see players like Piper Vaughn come alive and Ivy Manning come alive and Wilberg playing well. It's really been a great team contribution.
Trombley to serve into the middle. Forest Lake to the net, far side. Send it across. Trombley digs it out. Lanassa over to Reeder. Deep on the line. Why not?
Yeah. It's about that time.
And
5 points from the match.
Tornadoes dominated that third. Looking good here in the fourth. Trying to finish it off. Forest Lake across court.
Big one.
Get the point.
And they need a long run now. They need Kennedy Carey on this serve to go on a run, a 3 or 4 point service run. Get this thing a little tighter. Get the Tornadoes thinking a little bit.
Carey, jump serve in the middle deep. Dug out by Vaughn. Trombley at the net. In the middle, Reeder has a point for the Tornadoes, and they get it right back. 21-13. And Forest Lake hasn't been able to get on runs. You brought it up before, Tim, that they third set particular here in the fourth, they haven't been able to get on any service run.
Yeah, they've been killed off quickly, and credit the defense of the Tornadoes.
Reeder, good serve, near side. In the middle, tapped over, and a point. Nice job by Munson to find the open floor. Near side deep, 21-14.
Looked like Munson just palmed it and threw it to the back line, but it was very effective. The young sophomore gets a big kill.
Reese Olson to serve for Forest Lake. Vaughn to Trombley at the net. Near side, Wilberg powers it over for the point. And once again, one serve for Forest Lake and done.
Great job by Elena Wilberg that time, going up, meeting it at the high point, and being aggressive.
Lanassa to serve for the Tornadoes. Into the middle. Near side, block back. Over in 2 for Forest Lake. Trombley set to Manning. And another point for the Tornadoes.
And it's just felt like a mission, like destiny here since midway through set 3. Everything working for Anoka.
Lanassa to serve. Standing behind Reeder. In the middle. Sends it wide near side. 23-15. Forest Lake down by 8, back to the serve. And coming on to serve is Linder.
Wonder if Reeder was just right in the face of Lanassa, couldn't serve it over her head. Maybe that was the problem. That thing was well off.
Linder to serve. In the middle, dug out by Reeder. Trombley comes over. Sends it across Vaughn. Forest Lake back to the net. Far side. Dug out by Reeder. Saved by Trombley. Over in 2. Right back. Lanassa. Now Reeder in back. Sends it over. Olson near side and down. Quite a point for Forest Lake. Murphy. 23-16.
Yeah, they dug out a couple of big points right there to keep that alive. But they need to run now because they're 2 points down from the match.
Linder to serve. Lanassa, Trombley. Now Reeder in the back, sends it over in deep. Rangers over with Olson. Vaughn to Trombley. Near side, Wilbur goes cross court. Olson toward the net. Kept alive by Reeder for the Tornadoes. Over to Vaughn, into the net.
Vaughn wasn't able to get that one over, but credit Reeder once again for her defense. She's really taken that approach where she's closed out a lot of points, but she's made a lot of big digs and kept a lot of points alive. This time, Vaughn just wasn't able to put it away. Timeout by Coach.
Yeah, Chris Fenwick wants to talk it over. Sherry Alm for Forest Lake. See the 2 huddles there. Late in set number 4. And 3 in a row now for Forest Lake. Coming out of this timeout. Tornadoes want to get the point. get the momentum back, end this thing. They're up 2-1.
And I think that's maybe why Coach Fenwick called this timeout right here as well, just to say, like, hey, it's a 6-point advantage. We have nothing to worry about here, but let's get this kill right now. Let's execute. Let's get this thing back on serve. And our camera crew's having way too much fun this evening. Not even, it's just way too much fun.
Halloween week. Had the big parade over the weekend. Great job by our crew covering the Grand Day Parade. Halloween capital of the world here in Anoka. Linda to serve. Once again, Forest Lake. 3 points in a row, trying to stay alive. Lanassa to Trombley. In the middle, Manning taps it over. Kept alive by Forest Lake. Over in 2. Batted back down by Manning. Forest Lake at the net. Dug out somehow by Reeder. Tapped over by Vaughn. Forest Lake back to work on the attack. Near side. Reeder in the back. Moves it to the front. Trombley. Vaughn sends it over. And the point. Why not, Piper Vaughn? Have a night.
Have a night indeed, Piper Vaughn. It is your night and you deserve it, kiddo. Nice job as she continues to just make the big points when they need it. It's match point.
Wilberg to serve for the match. Tornadoes up 2-1, 24-17. Serve right down the middle. Forest Lake to the net. Near side, into the net. That'll do it. Trista Johnson into the net. Tornadoes win the fourth, 25-17. And the match 3-1.
After that first set, we didn't know what we were going to get, Steve, but you got to credit Coach Fenwick and credit this Tornado team for playing a great final 3 sets and getting the win here tonight. A convincing third set win and a convincing fourth set win. And again, they did it as everybody got involved. And now there they are back in the championship game for the second year in a row.
So Section 7, number 1 Centennial, number 2 Anoka. Thursday night at 7 in North Branch. Give Forest Lake credit, though. Played a great first set and tried to hang in there, but the Tornadoes just too much. And, of course, we all know about, everybody knows about Hayden Reeder, but Piper Vaughn was great
I think she was the difference. Her and Ivy Manning were terrific tonight. Fantastic performance. Reeder was Reeder, but you need other players. They got it tonight. And always the tough part about these kind of games is somebody goes home. Congratulations to those Forest Lake seniors. Sherry Alm's going to talk them up here at the end. But you got to tip your cap to kids like Kennedy Carey and several others. Trista Johnson, so many good seniors that they wrapped their careers tonight. But boy, did they played well.
Yeah, and of course, Kate Trombley settled in, played very well. Ava Lanassa of the libero as well. Some huge plays late in this match. She settled in as well.
Great team effort. That's right. I mean, Reeder made her plays. She was her, but everybody else made their big plays as well. Wilberg served it great. Lanassa made some big digs. Everybody contributed for Anoka. Really a great team win. One of the best wins I've seen them have this season.
And McLaughlin as well.
McLaughlin was great. What a great sub by Coach Fenwick, subbing her in for Mabel Goslin. And McLaughlin made some plays for them at the net.
So the Tornadoes win it 3-1. On to the section final. Once again against Centennial on Thursday night at North Branch. Big thanks to our QCTV crew. Big thanks to the coaches, Chris Fenwick for the Tornadoes, Sherry Alm for the Rangers, my play-by-play partner, Tim Anderson. I'm Steve Thompson. Once again, Anoka wins it 3-1 here on QCTV.
Playoff volleyball action here on QCTV. The Anoka Tornadoes take on the Forest Lake Rangers in the semifinals. And in the first set, the Tornadoes came out hot, getting points all over the place. Hayden Reeder with a big kill right there. But Forest Lake really played well in set number one. They were getting points from every direction. As you can see, a long rally here. Ends with Wilberg going long. First set goes to Forest Lake. Second set, again, hotly contested. The Rangers came out and played really well early. Big kill right there from Noel Borboom. And here come the Rangers, but back come the Tornadoes. They go back to Hayden Reeder. Who else? Darth Vader when it comes to the end of a set. Puts it away. Huge point, and we're tied at 1 set apiece. Critical spot here as they finish.
This material is property of the Minnesota State High School League. No downloading, saving, or archiving of this production is permitted.